Hey, everybody. Welcome in the building. Hey, Royaire.
Hey, Auntie Diva. How you doing?
How you doing? Listen, everybody. We here. It's Monday, and we're doing a recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac. And later on this week, we didn't forget. I was just busy yesterday. Later on this week, and we'll let y'all know when we're going to do it ahead of time. We're going to recap of the Braxtons. And all I can say is OMG, the Braxtons are 10 up our screen, okay? They giving us a show, right? They giving us a show. But tonight we're here for the recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac. And y'all know how we do it. We do stream it on both our channels. So make sure, do us a favor. We'd really appreciate it. Hit the like button on Royaire's channel. Hit the like button on my channel. And if you're not a subscriber on either channel, subscribe on both channels. Because listen, we be doing our thing. And we got to take notes. And we watch the show more than once. So we make sure we know what we seeing. Okay. And before we get all the way into things, we're going to give Stacey a little clap if you want to, because Stacey's a true friend. She was on Watch What Happens Live with Andy, and she said she saw Wendy. She spoke. They didn't even really have words to say. She said all she did was hug Wendy tight. You know what? Let me tell you when you really going to know who's a friend, Royaire. When you down in the gutter and the world is hating on you. Let's see who shows up there. And Stacey has shown up for Wendy. Okay, Stacey is a real friend, and she wasn't ashamed to say it on Watch What Happened Live with Andy. She ain't throw no shade at her. She didn't do no side nothing. She showed Wendy love. So give it up for Stacey. Now on the other, go ahead.
Yeah, and it's not just the love for me, you know, just via Watch What Happens Live. When all of this first came out, Stacey was right there in the comment section. And this is what you call a consistent friend across the board. Comments, TV, personal, whatever the case may be. Shout out to Stacey, because she clocking in this season. We see you, Stacey.
We see you. We see you, boo-boo. We see you. Then listen, we have been waiting for reasonable. What is it? Reasonably shady. What is it? Shady.
Reasonably shady.
Is that it? Okay.
Shady.
Yeah, we're waiting for Gizelle and what's her name? Robin's podcast for them to speak. Well, they have spoken, honey. They have spoken, and it was reasonably shady as their podcast names. I could go grab it, but
I can pull it up.
Yeah, pull it up. It was definitely reasonably shady because they was like, But we was waiting for them to speak, and like I said, they have spoken. They have spoken.
Here we go. 1 second, people. Here we go. Share here.
Say I am highly shocked, surprised, and disappointed by these charges.
I'm disappointed. I'm so disappointed.
Yeah, if everything that is in these documents is true, so of course you're guilty, and innocent until proven guilty. But if everything in these charging documents is true, I'm highly disappointed. And then I just have so many questions, like why did we feel the need to do this?
Why?
Yeah,
that is my biggest question. Like I immediately thought, first of all, huge disappointment, sad, right? Because this is so sad for their children, guilty or innocent. Their parents were removed from their house and brought down to a police station and charged. They have mugshots. That is, I'm sure, super scary for their children.
Yeah.
So sad. But like, why? Well,
Why?
surely not. In my mind, I'm like, this can't be for materialistic things. Like, you don't.
I mean, what else is it for though? Because it was highly intentional, highly planned, not well thought out, but thought out. Anyway, I mean, first I want to say I am highly shocked out, but thought out.
Yeah.
So like I saw a clip where she was kind of like talking about how well Happy Eddie is doing. So it makes me think like, okay, well, was that an exaggeration? Like, was that not the truth? I don't know. But it's also like, why? And then why questions like, why did they think that they could get away with this? Why did they think, because I'll be honest, I watch a lot of crime shows, ID channel.
Me too.
I watch ID channel, American Greed, I'm all on the, assassins, anything. I could commit a crime. Like I would know what to do, to commit a crime and try to cover it up and all of that type of stuff. And I know I'm still getting caught. Like I know that there's no way I could put together the perfect crime scene based on my experience watching these shows. And I know I'm still going to get caught. Like, so I don't understand how they thought that they were going to get away with that but thought.
Highly disappointed, highly surprised, and it was highly unprofessional. Wow. Woo! Shady and shiesty, honey. Shady and shiesty. Listen, I was waiting for them to speak. They have spoken, and I'm not shocked. But you know what, though? Even though they were shady, I will say they went a little light on her. Considering past history, it was shade, but they was trying to act like they wasn't shading. But I see them too. They was shading her. So, a lot is going on. But again, I go back to Stacey. When Stacey said we just hugged, she just hugged her. I appreciated that. And I will say this, it does seem like Wendy's throwing her husband under the bus because she wants their cases separated. And the last I read, she has her own lawyer. Eddie has his own lawyer. And Eddie's family is paying for his $1,900 an hour lawyer. Good, googly mod. Royaire, if we have to study together, and I know we miles apart, I could be your mother, auntie, all that. But honey, next life we going to law school. $1,900 an hour.
We going.
Yeah.
We're going with no questions asked.
No, yeah. And we just have to keep taking the bar like Kim Kardashian. We'll get
Take it until you pass, okay? Kim did it. Why can't we?
No shame. $1,900 an hour, and his family is footing the bill. I you know what? And regardless, because at the end of the day, we have to wait to hear all the details. But right now, it definitely isn't looking good. But I will say this, thank God you got a family that is able to come up with $1,900 an hour.
Yeah, since we've been talking about this, Diva, I've been saying the same thing from jump. This is very unfortunate. I hate to see this happening. I really hate this even more because, and no disrespect to Gizelle and Robin, I'm just calling what I see. But the two, mean girls, the shadiest queens of them all, you have now given them a reason to just tear you down per usual. It's just a bad look. It's truly a bad look, and like they say, every dog has its day, but this is a different type of day, Diva. This is a really different type of day. And I'm curious to see how this is going to roll out going forward in between Wendy and Eddie, seeing how things are going forward right now. Is this possibly a cause for a separation? I hope not, but, with the stress of all of this, it could bring so many other issues. But I will say that I was surprised that Robin and Gizelle were as light about the situation as they were. I definitely expected them to go all the way in and just let Wendy have it. But and I really didn't hear a lot from Gizelle. Maybe they didn't play that part. But I do see that Gizelle and Wendy this season seem to be on better footing than they have been in the past. So maybe she's passing a little bit of grace down to Wendy. I'm not sure, but Wendy, your day in court is coming, honey, and we're gonna be here on the sidelines reporting it all and seeing how it goes down. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's horrible. So Lawson said, I don't think she's even Eddie on the island. It's normal for couples to get an individual counsel. I've seen a lot of couples that had the same counsel. The Judices did. I don't know if it's normal, but yeah, does it happen? Yeah, but it's not only that she got her own counsel, she also said, separate me from the other defendant. That sounds a little throw him under the bus a little bit to me. Yeah, I don't know. But we shall see. Because
even if she's not trying to throw Eddie under the bus or whatever, I'm sure they're trying to do whatever the best they can do to try to at least have one parent stay at home with these kids. That is imagining what I would imagine that the situation is.
I'm feeling that way too, Royaire, for the simple fact of, at the end of the day, he wrote the email.
Yes.
He wrote the email that says, give me more.
His name is on the claim. He filed the claim. He did all of these things.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. That's not normal. They are being charged with similar crimes. They're wasting the court's time. I mean, okay.
Normal. He be starting he be starting early on in the recaps. Okay, he be starting. Listen, I don't know, but you know what though? It's either way you look at it, it's sad.
It is very sad. I don't know if you heard about this, and then we can move on whenever you're ready. But I did read a post a couple of days ago that was saying pretty much Bravo was willing to offer Wendy $10 million to follow her on this journey as they, kind of navigate these next couple of months, going through this. You think it's a great deal, Diva? Would you be willing to allow this to be documented for $10 million?
Well, it's an amazing deal, but we already know anything you do or say can be held against you. So what good is $10 million if I'm about to get slammed in the slammer? You understand? I mean, yeah, and then let me tell you what your mind naturally does, Royaire. Your mind will naturally revert to the truth. It will naturally revert to the truth. That's how so many criminals get caught. That's how they get broken when they keep them in that interrogation room long enough. You will end up saying something that is more related to the truth than the lie that you're trying to hold on to. So that's what happened with baby Emmanuel parents, right? After a while, their story wasn't adding up because some pieces, and when you're talking to somebody after a while, truth is going to come out. So, I think that they're just in such a situation where 15 items was collected from the home. You got pictures with the band still on. It just, the whole thing, it doesn't look good. It's a bad situation from what we see. But if you got the right lawyer, you could perhaps get out of anything. And I think that, her lawyer separating them, it is an attempt to maybe save one parent from getting in the slammer versus the other. Lawson says she doesn't believe that. She said 1 million, maybe 10 million. No. Well, 1 million is definitely wouldn't be worth it. 10 million, it depends on what they want you to say and how you navigate it. Can I say I'm going to plead the fifth? But see, Wendy has pride. She never want them girls confronting her even about the situation. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Right. So we can go ahead.
See it happening. Sorry, last thing. I could definitely see the 10 million happening. Bravo is not hurting for any kind of money at all. They are stable and sustained. And this is the type of TV that people like to see. People like to see this kind of drama, this kind of mess. We head into the courthouse. We need it. Yes. They like so. This is right up their alley. They love this kind of stuff because they know that people are going to tune in, they're going to watch it, and they're going to make the money back tenfold. So
I do agree with you on that. But I don't know if she would do it, and quite frankly, I don't know if I would do it either. I don't know. I would have to.
I'm ready to go to jail. I am.
I come out to leave the money behind for you, whoever's going to care for the kids.
Put it in the kid's name. Put it in the kid's name. You know, leave it to. Well, I don't know. Eddie's parents don't like you, so
yeah. So, and then the other day, and then we'll get into this episode. The other day, I did a video, and I said I really do, and I'm standing 10 toes down on this. Where I feel like they should pay the husbands. Even if somebody wrote under my thing like, no, they shouldn't pay the husband. I really do feel they should pay the husbands. I mean, they're opening up their home. They have to spend so much money to be on this TV. I feel like they should pay the husbands. And maybe we could stop a lot of this fraudulent stuff if the ancillary people are paid. I'm not saying they gotta get buku dollars, but I do feel like they should get more money than what they're getting, like with the zero that they're getting, because it's not fair.
Nene said during her interview with Peter, she did give this shout out to Peter. Peter was the reason that the husband started getting a severance pay on The Real Housewives.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess all you got to do is have one.
Yeah.
Up and speak up and catch that check. Hey,
shout out to the Peters. I'm telling you that if you really want to go back to reality TV, you got to go back to The Real Housewives of Atlanta, the beginning days. They gave a show, point blank in a period. They gave a show. And nobody is giving one-liners in shade like those girls did on Royaire. Okay? Who gonna check me, boo? Where's your scooter?
We see
each other. The shifting of the fixing of the wig. Come on now. Come on now.
A little bit.
Come on now. Well,
and we cannot forget, Diva, while you was peddling through sperm banks trying to get you $10 for a pizza, your man ejaculated in a cup so you could have a baby. So check that.
Check that. Okay. Stephanie said, pay the husband. What about boyfriends are not getting paid?
Yeah.
Sorry. It's married. Is you supposed to be Real Housewives? That means you're married.
Exactly. Yeah.
We ain't paying your little boyfriend. No, because then we really gonna get some trash on the TV. No, we're not.
That's how we ended up in the fraudulent mess we was in now. No.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead. You want to start us off with this episode here? Tropic like it's hot. Season 10, episode 4.
You got us,
okay, yeah. Okay, so they start off. They're still at the where was they at? I'm sorry.
They were at the Preakness, they were leaving Kay's house, getting on the bus, headed to Preakness. And Kay says she is done with Stacey. I'm not quite sure what Kay issue is with Stacey. I'm not getting it, and I don't like the way Kay is approaching it. Kay does have this elitist attitude, and I'm starting not to feel Kay. Like at first, I was feeling a little bit for her when she was helping out Ashley. She got the beat down or whatever. But now I'm really not feeling Kay. And Stacey was like, Kay hates me. They go to Preakness. They get there. They take the group photo. I thought the group photo was cute. I also do like the way Kay gave everybody $20 to, place a bet. She gave Greg many rain on her. He gave her some money, and Kay, gave everybody $20 to make some bets. And Stacey cracked me up when they asked Stacey, did she bet? She said, no, that $20 is in my pocketbook. Okay, she kept that $20. She didn't get a bet. Okay. And Wendy says she doesn't really know Angel, right? And then at the Preakness, as Kay was over there trying to show the girls how to bet, what's his name? What's her name? Gizelle and Wendy was sitting down, and Wendy tells Gizelle, I don't really know Angel like that, but I heard she didn't graduate.
this is going to be crazy with this whole graduation situation. So she told, and she says, well, and Gizelle says she's going to consult with the streets. Yeah, Kay is annoying. She is. She says she's going to consult with the streets to see if the girl did graduate or not. Kay is talking to Wendy and Stacey because she feels that Wendy may be a vet, but she's not a fan fave, and Stacey is a newbie like her. Kay's beefing with Ashley would have made more sense. Okay, maybe made more sense. Okay, thank you for that, Lawson, and I'm connecting with you. They targets, but it's not even seeming authentic. It just doesn't even seem right. It's like crazy, right? And Ashley already got a date. She was barely at the Preakness, honey. The people love Ashley, but I will say this: Ashley is pretty. She's beautiful.
She's a beautiful lady.
So Ashley got her little date there. She told them her and Josh is trying to figure it out, so she's not, sure. Gizelle says she's single. And Angel has someone for Gizelle. She's going to, introduce them or whatever. And Ashley, Wendy, and Gizelle, Tia called Ashley rude, right? So Tia had called Ashley rude because she said that Ashley called when they was out shopping, and she invited Wendy and Gizelle out, to hang out together, whatever the case may be. And so Tia has said, she thought that was rude. How do you call when a group is out together and you only ask part of that group to come meet up? So Tia said that was rude. So now her and Ashley had this little back and forth. She asked Ashley, was she being slow? Was she not getting it? Like, what the heck is going on with her? And, they just made a little kiki and a ha-ha out of that. And then Jassi showed up. Jassi, was kissing on everybody, saying hello. And she's doing like the Tawanda Braxton, I'm getting married, whatever. Now, I will say this. That exchange between Jassi and Angel, I did think Angel was being a little shady on the down low. Because, Jassi came and approached and said, you're a wag, I'm a wag, or whoever said they was all wags, right? And they, whatever. And then, Angel leans back and was like, what position does your man play, this and that? And she was like, my man, 10-year starter, whatever the case may be. I caught that as shade. I did. But I thought Jassi took it well, and she said, her man, 7 years or whatever the case may be. Ashley asked Jassi and Kay are friends. If Jassi and Kay were friends, she asked about that. Wendy told Kay that Jassi and Stacey had an issue with her. I think I got that right? Wendy told Kay that Jassi and Stacey had an issue with her. So, I feel like, they throw these little tidbits in there so the girls could kind of have a knockdown, drag down little fight. And they saw the first lady for 2.2 seconds. And I do agree with, now this I will say, I agree with Kay. You said that the first lady brought you here and invited you and all of that. And we saw the first lady for 2.2 seconds. What was that about?
We didn't even see the first lady. She didn't even want to be filmed.
You know why? Because she don't want to be filmed with that train wreck of a show. She don't want to be filmed with that train wreck of a show, right? And then what did they bring up? I'll stop there. Stop there.
I'll kind of interlude into that. So my thoughts on that first opening scene. First of all, we came back in on the bus. We're riding down in the car or in the bus, and I just Kay has completely turned me off this season. This nasty demeanor, attitude. This I'm better than you. This just this Gizelle-like attitude is not looking well on you, ma'am. It ain't cute. It ain't hot. She's such a beautiful girl. She's very pretty, but her personality is making her very ugly. She was talking about Stacey's hair was touching on her. Don't touch me, Stacey, and all of this stuff.
Like a
school girl. Like, grow up. It is not that serious. We enter into Preakness. The ladies take their little picture. I thought the picture was cute. We go and sit down for a moment. You know, she's passing out the $20 bill, you know, and yet again, this meanness towards Stacey. Well, you're not getting it. You're going to be last. Like, what is this about? Like, grow up. Like, we are grown people.
She's like, I need change.
Yeah, I need change. Like,
girl, you ain't giving out hundreds. You giving out $20. $20
bills, girl. $20. What are we gonna do with $20? What exactly are we gonna do with $20? We can't get gas with $20. Kay, go sit down somewhere. Have several seats. So Kay just really turned me off this whole entire episode. I'm just really over her and her attitude. You know, Stacey came through this episode. Okay. Not only does Stacey take the $20 and stuff it in her pocket because she's rich and she know how to save a coin, okay? You know, she also brought up some tea this episode, Diva, because while we were sitting at the table, she said, so, Gizelle, are you dating anyone? Do you have a boyfriend? I said, okay, I see you clocking in, Stacey, asking the questions that need to be asked. Because Gizelle got so many questions for everybody else. Let's ask you some questions, Miss Gizelle.
Mrs. You know what, Royaire, when you brought that up, Stacey probably would have done better by herself that first season instead of even messing with TJ.
Yes.
I think he was new and she probably felt a little intimidated, like she needed a definite storyline. But she should have did that thing without him.
Yes. I think her hesitation was, I'm coming on the Real Housewives of Potomac. So I need to have a man to back me up. And we're seeing now that Stacey did not need that because she is clocking in, okay? You know, they asked her why she asked that question. And Stacey gave a legit answer, okay? Well, I've never asked Gizelle before, so I'm just genuinely asking to get to know. That's how you clock tea, people, okay? That's how you clock in and do a job. Stacey came in, she got on the job, and she did her thing. Shout out to Stacey. She didn't let not one time Kay's evil behavior disrupt her peace. She kept it rolling. She kept it cute. She kept it funny. She kept it light. And that is what we look for in the Real Housewives shows, okay? We look for a friend that know how to clock in. They know how to take their beat downs and their little jokes when they get it, but they also know how to give it back when it's ready and time to, okay? And that is what Stacey did this episode. You know, also during this time, shout out to Tia. I told you I was liking Tia. And Tia got Ashley all the way together, ma'am. Because what are you not understanding? I told you that I thought it was a little rude, but I don't dislike you. So what are you misunderstanding? I don't know, but you need to clock in and learn the lesson. I said, Tia. Tia showing up for the cameras, okay? She said, honey, get it together. What are you misunderstanding? I told you. It is what it is. I said, oh. And then we had Jassi. Jassi sashayed on in the scene and made it all about her, okay? We should have had Jassi as a full-time castmate and kick K to the side. Because K is boring, okay? Jassi came in, she spoke to all the ladies, she brought good energy, she brought good vibes, and she brought good conversation. Because she's getting married, she has closed her RSVP list, so the list is in order. They're in counseling. Listen, she taking the steps, okay? She said, if I'm married this man, we're going to counseling to get our business straight.
And if you ain't on the list is closed.
It's closed.
That was her way of telling you, if you ain't get your invite, you
the door is closed.
Yeah. I said, well, that's a way to tell the people, if you ain't get an invite in the mail, that means you're not invited.
Now, I will say that I did catch Angel's little shade. Okay, to your husband starting for 10 years.
Yeah, that was.
What did that need to be announced for? Don't know. Why did it matter? Don't know. You trying to come in and be somebody. Ma'am, it was your moment to be somebody last week when your friend chin checked you and you sat there like a punk and didn't say nothing. That's when your time was to stand up and ride. But since you can't, sit down and have several seats. Pipe on down.
And listen, she got chin checked again, though. But we'll get to that. Chin checked again.
You know, apparently also Angel knows a man for Gizelle who's dark skinned,
bald head.
So that was a nice little conversation. Then we go outside, like you said, we have a conversation. We meet the first lady for 2.5 seconds. Apparently Wendy is keeping up the mess behind the closed doors. Because we on the phone telling people that people talking about each other and making stuff, just for no reason. But I will say, I do believe that Kay does not like Jassi. I believe that she said some things about her. And I believe that Jassi, she don't have a nice taste in her mouth about Kay either. And I'm sure some things were said as well. So that was pretty much the ending of that scene. It was a great opening scene, though. I totally enjoyed it.
It was a great scene. It was a great scene. So the ladies are going to Nevis. Okay. Ashley is packing with her stylist. Now listen, Ashley is still pretty young. Ashley's in her 30s, right?
Yes.
So how you got a whole stylist there and you go to the airport in this beaded thing looking like it's an outfit for Nana, but whatever. I'm like, how you got the stylist there? Like, this just don't make no sense to me, okay? But she was packing we saw the little scene with her packing for Nevis with her stylist. Angel packing. She's talking about she gonna miss the babies and her husband, right? So they go to the airport. In the airport, it was shade. You know what I think I found out about Gizelle? Gizelle doesn't like ladies that come through that actually have a true family with a husband. She's very jealous and shady with that, because when they show, even though it's a later scene that they talk about it, but when they showed how she shaded Angel at the airport and didn't say nothing to her, the bells went off in my head, because that's how she treated Wendy when Wendy first came, right? She just don't like people that have actual families. So I'm waiting in probably 2.2 seconds, she's going to turn on Tia. Because, I mean, she really just shaded Angel, right? So you got Kay at the airport. Angel, this is her first girls trip. I think she said since having the kids or whatever. Yeah. You got Tia. You got Gizelle. You got Jassi, Stacey, Ashley, and Jassi, right? And the wild part is they're all in first class and Jassi is in economy. But I think it was because Jassi was a last minute invite. And there probably was no more first class seats. So she had to get in where she fit in, right? Talking about she don't care because the champagne's still good back there. No, y'all gonna fix this. Y'all gonna make this right. You gonna put me in first class.
Move my seat.
I don't care what y'all got to pay these people, but I need to be in first class with the rest of the ladies. If you want my commentary down there in Nevis, I'm sorry, not sorry, right? But anywho, I thought that was a funny little, cute little shady thing. So they get the St. Kitts because then they have to take a boat, plane, train, yacht over to Nevis, the actual islands, right? So now they're going through the customs, right? They first, before they go through the customs, let me talk about how they got off the van. They got off the van. Off the plane. Everybody's in the van waiting to go to customs. And they like, the time is ticking. What took, what's her name, Jassi so long to get off the back? I mean, I know she was in economy, but they was doing too much. I mean, it took her forever to get off that plane. Finally, she gets off. It's raining. She squeezed in there, and they off to customs or whatever. They get the customs, and I think it was a setup. That Todd set up, okay.
Come on, a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the bush.
Okay, it was a scheme that Todd set up when the woman came to Angel talking about you can't have camouflage and all that. Yeah, don't put me in 17C. I know that's right, Raheem. Don't be putting me back here at 17C and everybody else was in first class, right? So according to the rumors, hold. According to the rumors, they only gave Jassi a spot on the show because Monique hadn't decided if she would come back for the backup player. Oh, that's messy. Emmanuel, you be knowing the business. I appreciate you. Oh my God, that's messy.
Interesting though, because I feel, these are just my feelings. Even last season, I thought Jassi did a pretty good job coming into the season as far as a friend of.
Yeah, she did
I thought she held it down. I thought she held it down very well.
She did.
And she's coming through again and holding it down very well. Very, very well.
She gave us a little show, honey. She
gave
us
a whole show. Before we jump in back into that, I wanted to address this real quick because Emmanuel, thank you, Emmanuel, for this. Why does Wendy care who graduated or not? And this really bothered me. I meant to mention this as well. You know I love my girl Wendy, but I got to call the people out when they wrong. Wendy, you were so upset and offended when these girls was coming for your 3 degrees when you first got on the show. Did she have 4 then when she first came on?
She said 4 because they showed a back clip when she turned 40, and she said 40
4 degrees. Yeah. I thought it was just very shameful of her for someone who is an educator, who pushes for education, who is in education, for you to have thrown that type of shade to diminish her and her accomplishments, whether she has graduated or not. I thought that was just so out of pocket, so shady, just so unnecessary, especially someone who has experienced being put down for what they have worked so hard for. So shame on you for that, Wendy.
Yeah, and she got another shame on you coming. We'll get to that later, but you are right. Shame on her for that, right? So they get there, they're drinking, they break open the champagne, and Angel didn't realize that she couldn't have nothing camouflage. So the lady comes over and tells them all of y'all cleared. She didn't, because she got this camouflage. Okay, she's sitting there like, what, me? And they was like, what we gonna do? Whatever the case may be. But luckily, Tia had room in her suitcase. And, you know, she was able to stuff her stuff in the suitcase because somebody said, I got a garbage bag. I said, not the garbage bag for the Prada. You know, so she stuffed it in her suitcase and all went well. And they asked, like, come on, Angel, you didn't read the regulations and all of that. Right. So, all right. So that happened. I think when they were sitting down trying to think, was they talking about anything that really was important during that sit down? I don't think they did.
I don't think it was nothing important. They ate their little food, you know, they asked a few questions.
Yeah, so nothing happened.
Yeah, nothing.
So they get on the yacht, and as they get on the yacht, you know, they have to take off their shoes or whatever. And then that's when it all went down, when they broke open some more champagne and they all sitting in the round table and talking, right? You know, so Kay got the nerve to talk about somebody else's relationship when your relationship with Greg is on thin ice. It's like on shaky water, and Greg got a whole bunch of kids too. So her and Kay got into it before they went, you know, up on the upper part of the yacht or whatever. Her and Kay got into it about, you know, their man or whatever. And Kay said, you know, she told Jassi told Kay, she said, why don't you tell Wendy what you said about her, how you talked about her?
Since she's so big and bad.
And she said, I ain't never been the side chick. I'm the fiance.
Something you will never be.
Never be. And then she want to talk about how she wouldn't want that or whatever the case may be. You wanted Greg to ask you to marry you. And not only that, you talking about this woman and him having kids, and your man got kids too, girl. So y'all
three girls
that you gonna have to be paying child support for. And y'all both like, what's the difference? Y'all both not in a good, perfect situation. And then on top of that, she said in the condo that you had to buy. Child, it went down. It went down
all the way down, and it was
down. And then, oh yeah, I forgot. Remember, Angel said her goal before they got on the yacht. I think she said her goal was to get to kind of know everybody. You know, she said, you know, and Stacey said how she reached out to Angel. Nobody reached out to her, and she pretty much she got a cold reception from Angel. So Angel is messy, but we don't get into that a little bit more a little later. So I think Gizelle said that they're going to have a bachelorette party for Jassi, and you know, so it's going to be a nice celebration, and they're going to kind of tag in, I guess, because you know, Wendy's birthday had just passed or whatever the case may be. And so that's when they did the flashback to when Wendy turned 40. And remember, when she turned 40, she threw that big party and everything. Wendy should have calmed down on her 40th birthday celebrations, and maybe her and Eddie wouldn't be in so much trouble right now. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Did you notice they didn't flash back to that 40th birthday party, the actual party? Did you notice that?
They made trouble trying to help her out. But you know what, though, Royaire, at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you though, if the insurance company want the footage, they want the footage.
Oh, they gonna they can go look at it tomorrow. Yeah,
they're gonna get the footage, right? So Tia helps Angel and puts I told her clothes in the bag. I thought, you know what? I hate when they start the reference about sex. Like, it's just so.
Yeah.
I feel like
they didn't talk about nothing. Yeah.
So when Wendy asked about them, sucking balls and all that, I just thought it was so crass. I'm like, y'all are well-seasoned adults. Like, why is that like the conversation? And Stacey was like, oh my God.
I like Stacey a lot. I really like Stacey.
It's something about her I like too, right? I like her a lot. Okay. Remember Gizelle said how she told Jassi how Angel didn't want her to come. And Angel's like, I don't remember saying that. Angel, we see you. Anybody that Kate doesn't like, you don't like, and you treat her badly. She don't like Wendy, you treating Wendy badly. She don't like Jassi, you treating Jassi badly. She don't like Stacey, you treating Stacey badly. So, Angel, we see right through you. You can't, you're not hiding from anything. And when Jassi told Kay to say what she said about Wendy, Wendy, honey, I won't give Wendy this. Wendy don't got away with words.
Okay.
She know how to speak very proper. She pronounces everything correctly. Okay.
Pronunciation. Okay.
Okay. So Wendy was like, oh, so she was talking about me. Wendy said, how long ago was that? And Jassi was like, about 6+ months. Oh, so you've been had a problem with me, but I'm the fake and phony one. So I do believe that yes, Wendy is correct. Kay just doesn't like her. Kay has been talking about her. Yes, can Wendy be extra? Absolutely, she can. But is Kay messy? Yes, she is. And so I will give that to Wendy, that Kay is messy and Kay has been talking about her. And Kay won't own up to the fact that she just don't like her. Okay. And then they said Stacey had to work on her twerking. So if you want to talk about those scenes.
Yeah. Let's see. So we get to the airport. Nothing major really happened at the airport. I did notice that Gizelle did not greet Angel. I did notice that. And there is still a standoffishness between Wendy and Angel as well. So that there's still a little, space there. I'm glad that we did invite Jassi to the trip. I feel like that she's bringing a little spark that we needed to the trip as well. Laying over down in what was it? Where did they stop?
St. Kitts.
St. Kitts. We stopped in St. Kitts at first. Possibly, maybe it's a possibility that Miss Angel did not graduate college, and that she did not learn how to read full directions because obviously, she missed them big bold letters. Do not bring camouflage, so.
Now she blaming that.
Listen.
Now she blaming no, she didn't graduate. I'm going to beat you.
They brought it up. I'm just following through with the storyline, okay?
Wow.
Apparently, Tia was a little upset that Ashley did not compliment her, and hit on her. According to Gizelle, Tia said that Ashley would, you would definitely be Ashley's type. So, Ashley did, give her a compliment, said she was cute, shout out to Tia also for being a good friend, for stuffing her bag, Angel's bag as her barely empty suitcase, come through for that. Tia didn't have to do that because I would have been like, Angel, what you gonna do? I don't see the real friendship between Angel and Kay. I don't see it. I see Angel, really riding on Kay's coattail, but I don't see the support giving the opposite way. I just don't see it. Maybe I'm blind, maybe I'm not catching it, but I don't see it. once we get on the boat, and head to actual to the location. As always, Gizelle is keeping the pot stirred, okay? I'm noticing, and correct me, Diva, is Gizelle the only full-time first season housewife standing on Potomac? Ashley was the first seasoner, right?
No, I don't think Ashley was first season. She is.
Okay, so Gizelle, that puts the piece together now. I was trying to figure out why Gizelle is giving this reign ruler attitude. Well, that is why. She is the only housewife, formal housewife from the original show. So
it never has a storyline. No, Lawson said Ashley is too. Ashley came from day one.
I didn't think she was in a.
Ashley was the first season. She's saying they're both OGs. I have to look. I don't remember.
I meant to look it up before I got on, but I forgot.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Lawson. Thank you. Well, okay, because it does give that, it gives Gizelle is in charge and Ashley is Robin, her ride or die dog right behind her. Ashley came in season 2. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I didn't think she was season 1.
I didn't either. Yes, so Gizelle is leading the trip. She's asking the questions that need to be answered, and she's keeping the mess rolling because, like you said, she said that Angel and Kay were not excited about you coming. And if we play back to the scene that they were at Preakness, you do hear at the end of the scene Angel say, "Let's bring Cherie. I know her. I like her." So there was an implication. As if you had an issue with Jassi, someone that you don't know. So here we are in another situation again, Angel, because you're friends with Kay and she don't like somebody. Now all of a sudden you're not liking this person. You haven't even got an opportunity to get to know them.
No, Emmanuel Lawson is saying Emmanuel and Lawson are saying Ashley was season 1. Remember, she didn't get along with Gizelle and Robin. It's when Michael grabbed Katie's boyfriend butt, season 1. All right. Yeah, everybody's saying she was on season 1. That's funny. I just don't remember her. No, I appreciate y'all. I just didn't remember her. That's interesting. But so then they're the 2 long-standing OGs. But
she sure is on here for season 1. Okay. Well, y'all better correct us. Yes. That's what y'all here for, though. That's why we appreciate y'all coming through the building, helping our memory out, because we do a lot. We doing a lot. But thank you so much.
So Ashley should be making that money. She an OG.
Right, because she said Robin had $27 in her account. Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh, God. Oh, my stomach hurts.
It's keeping the mess going. Obviously, Jassi is bold enough to stand up and say what she said, but Angel is consistently hiding behind Ashley. You say you want to get to know these ladies. You say that you're an open person. You say that you're a girl's girl, but it's not giving that at all, Angel. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing that obviously your friend checked you and got on you, and now you're on your friend's coattail doing and saying whatever she does and says, and it ain't a cute. She chin checked you, boo. She got that chin all the way together. All the way. Anything else that happened in that scene that stood out to me? I don't think. Oh, yet again, here we are with Kay with this childish, immature attitude. You sitting downstairs, and why Angel sat down there with you to be a part of your pity party, I don't know. Angel, I thought you were here to get to know the other ladies. You sitting downstairs, how is that going to help you build a relationship with the other girls in the group? It doesn't work like that. I don't understand what Kay was so upset about. You can dish it out, but you can't take it. Grow up. You said what you said. You had an issue with Wendy for probably no real reason, because you're trying to get in good standings with Gizelle, which your friend Gizelle continues to throw you under the bus every other episode. So why are you even seeing this girl as your friend or being cool with her? She threw you under the bus about your friend Angel. She threw you under the bus about what you said about Wendy and that situation. I mean, it's a continuance of throwing you under the bus, man. Why do you think this is your friend? And why do you keep wanting to connect with her? If anything, you would have had a better chance of connecting with Wendy, in my personal opinion, and having a better footing with her than you are with your girl Gizelle, because she's throwing you under the bus every second that she gets. And another situation, Wendy and Angel. I don't understand what Angel's beef is with Wendy. Why do you, what is it? What is it?
Her beef is that Kay don't like her, so Angel don't like her.
Childish, and immature.
Very
childish and immature. Gizelle, shut your big mouth. Don't be telling all the people that y'all stand at the Four Seasons. Gizelle is just, forgive me, a whore. She just a whore.
She needs a storyline, Royaire, and she doesn't have one, as usual. So Stacey had to let us know that her and Bella been there before. Okay, they've been there.
This is the same island that we've stayed at before, and that's how you know Stacey has real money. That's why Stacey don't get down in the mud and in the gutter with these girls, because she really got it. And she don't have to be here if she don't want to be. I truly believe that.
Yes. So as they're riding on the go-karts to the actual villas, right? You know, that's when Gizelle tells Tia, and who was on the cart with them? I forgot who else was on the cart with Gizelle and Tia, but that's when she said, Ashley, that's when she said she wanted to talk to Angel at dinner about her online presence that doesn't look like her, right? So everybody, this is where Gizelle was so childish to me, where everybody got a pink roll with their name embroidered on it, and she didn't do it for Stacey, and she wrote a note for everybody but Stacey, and she gave this ridiculous whack excuse. She don't really know Stacey. She trying to get to know her. So that you put that on a card. Stacey, glad you're here, trying to get to know you. It's just sad. It's just very sad that she did that. I thought it was childish. But now I'm gonna go back and get on Wendy's behind for a minute. I thought it was childish of Wendy to say in her confessional, you know, that she has been on the rough end of Gizelle's, you know, darkness. But yet you thought it was a funny and a kiki and a ha-ha. Why would you laugh knowing that when it was done to you, you didn't like it? So why would you laugh now that it's being done to somebody else? I feel like they're doing a form of hazing. I think it's sad. I think it's deplorable. And I really don't like it. And I thought Gizelle being like older, being an OG, you wouldn't even want nobody to treat your daughters like that. Exactly. You really couldn't get Stacey's name embroidered on this robe. And Jassi got one, and Jassi was supposed to be last minute. Like, I don't know. I thought that was just horrific and horrible, but it's typical for Gizelle, right? Tia's in the nanny quarters, right? Mean girl behavior. Thank you, Ocean. Mean girl behavior. It was just disgusting, right? You know, so Tia's in the nanny quarters by herself. Wendy, Stacey, and Jassi are rooming together. Kay and Angel are together. And then Ashley and, you know, Gizelle got their own thing or whatever. Okay, it feels like season 5 years. She's very mean spirited. I think it is who Gizelle is, and that's just who she is. And every now and then she calms it down when she's getting in a little trouble with Bravo, but then when she's back in good graces, it just rises back up. I just really didn't like that whole note thing and how she didn't write anything for Stacey. Now they're getting ready for dinner, and I will say this. Tia's son is hilarious, Nathaniel, because Nathaniel said he want out of the family. He want to be adopted.
No shade to Gizelle, Miss Lynette. It wasn't in a disrespectful way, but Gizelle has said to us that she has a full roster of more than 4 people. She said that she only looks at dick pics in her DMs on Instagram. It's given the behavior of it. So I was just calling what it is. But it was no disrespect. If I offended you, my apologies.
So they was getting ready for dinner, and Tia called her daughter because it was her daughter birthday, right? And her daughter was about to, you know, have her party or whatever. Her daughter was cool that she wasn't going to be there. She was like, she's good. She said she'll send her pictures and everything. And then, you know, that's when Tia was like putting Nathaniel on the phone, because then Nathaniel had sent the text saying he want to be adopted. Okay. And she was like, listen, chill. Don't be adopted until I get back after Sunday, because I'm going to miss you, or whatever the case may be. I thought that was a cute little scene, right? So then, you know, so they're at dinner, everybody's at dinner. So we got the role is Jassi, is Gizelle, is Wendy, is Stacey on one side. On the other side is Ashley, is Tia, is Angel, is Kay. So of course Kay and Angel are sitting together, right? Stacey and Kay, she said, you know, Stacey, I like the way Stacey approached it. Like, you know, she was trying to like say like she's not you know, trying to be shady or whatever. She said, Kay, I'm just asking because we don't really talk like that. Are you back together? And she was like, yeah, we're back together, right? And she said, okay. But Angel already had all this smoke and heat ready to take you know, her back. And she said, and because Stacey also said, you know, Angel, I just wanted to make sure you was okay. I wasn't asking it in a shady way. I just was asking, like, you know, on the plane, were you okay, or whatever the case may be, being around the girls. And Angel was trying to give a little smoke, but then Kay had to kick in and say, no, I didn't think she was being shady when she asked that, you know, she was just kind of asking whatever. And then Angel go, okay, right? And then, you know, Kay was trying to say, I feel like Stacey, me and you are getting better. I talked to you in the plane. She said, no, you slept, but I mean, we didn't really talk, but okay, whatever, right? So that was that little thing between Angel and Stacey, Angel and Kay, right? So Angel felt attacked at Kay's house, right? But she said she's excited to be around the group and all of that. So the next thing that kind of came up, or somewhere in the line that came up, was Gizelle starts to ask Angel about her online presence and how her online pictures don't look anything like the person we see before us. So Angel gets to explaining that she don't edit her pictures, and that picture was her. It was just a while ago. And then Tia jumped in and said, well, you know, Angel just had a baby about 19 months ago, and Gizelle wouldn't let up. She said, but still, every picture on your social media is not what we're seeing right here. So to me, I'm with Wendy. That is a bigger dig to say that you don't even look like your online presence than Wendy asking the question she asked at Kay's house. And Angel had a whole lot of smoke for Wendy when Wendy asked that question at Kay's house. But now Gizelle telling you that you don't even look like your online presence, and you ain't got no smoke for Gizelle. So Wendy was talking to Stacey and saying, you see what I mean? All I said to her was, you didn't live up to what you said in the store, how you was going to chin check Kay for saying what she said to you. And now Gizelle is telling you, you don't even look like your pictures, and you ain't got no smoke for her. So Kay hears Wendy talking to Stacey, and she tells Wendy, say what you gotta say. So Wendy, you know, Wendy ain't gonna back down. She said, so I don't understand, Angel, how this girl right here is telling you you don't even look like the persona on your Instagram, and you ain't got no smoke for her. And I'm paraphrasing, but you know, now, but you had all that smoke for me. It's like you just don't like me. And then Angel was coming, she was all, and she said, you're proving my point. And I'm with Wendy. She was proving your point, okay? She was proving your point. And that was a point blank in the period. And I said, you know what? I'm giving this to Wendy. She is 100% correct. Angel just doesn't like you, and Angel don't like you because she's friends with Kay. Because there's no way you can have somebody, and then Ashley jumped in. She didn't say nothing to Ashley. Ashley jumped in and said, yeah, it doesn't look like you, babe. Saying that your pictures are all edited. And then Gizelle wouldn't let up. Gizelle said, I like a good edit. Wendy edits. And still, Angel was just sitting there like, well, that's me. No, babe, get that energy you had with Wendy and talk up. Angel girl, own it. She doesn't look like her pictures online. And she's a beautiful girl. But the pictures online and the girl we see before us, it doesn't look the same. What did Emmanuel say? Diva Gizelle, that was so nasty mean. And sorry, but Wendy doing all that laughing the same way Wendy that was crying when they questioned her surgeries. And you know what, Emmanuel, I'm not giving Wendy like 100% free because Wendy, she is messy. The same thing she didn't like that they did to her, she laughs when it happens to someone else. But I'm going to give her the 2.2 seconds when it comes to Angel. Angel was giving her a lot of smoke, but darn Gizelle done tore that girl down at that table and told that girl, don't none of her pictures look like her. Her own. She said, who that girl? She was like, who that girl? She said, I didn't know who that girl was. And Angel's just sitting there like da. But anywho, so that's what happened between those two. Then it was the whole thing of Stacey getting that check. I don't know if Rob will talk to her. I don't know what it is. But Stacey said, so Gizelle, tell us about your boyfriend. What had happened was, and so she brings up the man that Gizelle is allegedly going with, and Ashley had to jump in and help Gizelle, talking about, oh, it was just the date. They're just dating, blah, 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 whatever. Lawson said, wait. Lawson said, that's not fair. Wendy chuckled. Let's keep the smoke on Gizelle, the person that actually made the comments also. Yeah, that's what I'm in agreement with you, Lawson, with that. Also, was it just about the surgery? Rob and Gizelle implied Eddie was cheating on her as well. And Lawson, I'm in agreement with you on that. Gizelle brought it up. Ashley chimed in, and Angel said nothing. Mm-hmm. So, and Ashley apparently met this guy, and they ended it off with alluding to Stacey calling somebody to say that she wanted to meet Chris Samuels, Monique's ex-husband. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So we're picking up off at we've arrived to the villa. So we've made it to the villa. I thought everybody, had their own villa. I thought everybody had a nice, space to stay in. I thought it was hilarious that she gave Tia the nanny corners, being that she called her husband a nanny. I bet you won't call him a nanny no more, because now who's in the nanny quarters? But I thought everybody got a nice little selective room. I thought the room appointments as far as who was rooming with who, I thought that was very appropriate. Ashley and Gizelle together, Stacey, Jassi, and Wendy together, and then Kay and her friend together. So I thought everything was kind of split out fairly. The situation with Stacey not receiving a monogrammed robe, nor her robe in her size, nor a handwritten letter, it speaks to who you are, Gizelle, deep down in your heart. Let's take outside of a show. Let's take outside of trying to be messy. This is a girls' trip at the end of the day. And the girls love to say that they are girls, and they love the girls, and they look out for the girls and all of this stuff. But when it's time to actually show up and do and be the girl's girl, you failed epically. Just based off of one person, you failed epically. It was nasty. It was disgusting. And it goes to show that you are who you really are every year. It really does. Diva, I really try to enter in the new seasons, and everyone that's here, thank you for joining us. I try to go into every season with an open mindset for each lady. I try to have an open expectation. I try not to hold people to the same standards of last season. Even though once you showed me who you are, I believe you the first time. And yet again, Gizelle has proven that. Mean, nasty, ugly on the inside. And it exudes on the outside. It was disgusting. It was unnecessary. It was uncalled for. We're here to celebrate Jassi's wedding. You did all of this for everybody else and left Stacey out hanging. But shout out to Stacey for being a good sport about it. Shout out to Stacey for keeping your head held high. Shout out to Stacey for not going low. Because what did Michelle say? When others go low, we go high. What did my girl Candy say? I fly above all the haters. I fly above.
Come on now. You better bring Candy into this.
It's beneath me, okay?
Beneath me.
It was beneath her. So shout out to Stacey for keeping going and moving forward. You know, we arrived to the dinner scene. I believe that was our last scene of the night. And so shout out to Stacey again. Stacey is coming in and clocking in, doing her job. Okay? And she's doing it in the most messy but still professional way.
Yes.
Okay? And I'm only asking because we don't talk. Trying to get to know you, get information. Are you and Greg still together?
She said back together. She said back together.
Yes, back together. And she had to confirm the information because if y'all remember last week when she walked into the apartment, she had to confirm the Greg.
She had a whole conversation with Greg.
We had to compare the information to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Because, you know, last season, we were not on the same page, obviously. So we just checking in to make sure we on the same page, okay? Shout out to Stacey. That's how you be messy and keep it cute at the same time, okay? That's how you do it.
That part. So she asked Greg where he live and everything. She's like, you live here? Y'all live here together? And he even was studying Royaire. He was like, no, this is okay, but I'm here alive.
But she stay here full time. You know, I come in and out. You know, she come over sometimes, but she stay here full time. More of the story.
You better do that scene. Stacey.
Did that. Stacey did that, okay?
She did.
The next big thing that really stood out to me was Gizelle making the comments about Angel's pictures. And you know,
wait, hold on. Jay, first of all, I hope I said your name right. Thanks for being here. A Gizelle bashing recap. You gotta calm down and you gotta come and get to know us a little more. One thing we do over here is we really don't have no favorites, and even if we do, we say this is our favorite, but we still call it for what we see, right? And if you don't think it's wrong to have a girls trip, and you a grown woman, you grown. Once you hit your 50s, you got to call yourself grown. You a whole half a century, and you don't have the mindset to go ahead and put everybody's name on your robe embroidered, and you're not going to write somebody a note. Listen, low level stuff. If you're trying to get to know somebody, all you had to simply do is write that on the note. So let's stop that here. Don't come here with this low level stuff. This is a Gizelle bashing recap because we're going to stop the nonsense, and we don't even want to push that energy over here because that's not what we do. We do the best recaps out there. We be giving you the whole situation from the show, the whole rundown, play by play. This is not no Gizelle bashing recap. We're telling you what Gizelle did. And if you can't admit that it is classless for you to get everybody a robe and have their name on it except Stacey, like, stop the nonsense. Miss me with that. Go ahead, Roy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you. No, thank you.
And not only that, bashing, Gizelle tells a chick that just had a baby that her pictures online don't look nothing like her. Okay. Go ahead.
Jay, check our channel out. We appreciate you for joining us. We recap every week. So check our channel out. Give us the opportunity. You'll get to know us a lot more better. We're just talking about Gizelle in this moment. You know, we can only talk about what she gave us to talk about. And this is what she gave us to talk about.
Period.
Okay. So Gizelle brings up, Angel's pictures. And, I'll say this, Diva. This is what I'll say. Because the picture, it looked filtered to me. It looked like it had a lot of filter on it. it was just a little too filtered. And just like Stacey said, you know, all of the girls play with the filters. And you play and you play and you play, and next thing you know, you done played it out. You played yourself out. And I have seen that across the board with so many pictures. So I really think it was just a situation of this was a different era in her life. You know, she did not look like she had been pregnant in that picture in a moment. And it just like she did a little bit of editing on the picture. And thank you, Diva, because I pulled up her Instagram too. She looks like, as you scroll back further and further, because I was looking at her.
But you know what, honestly, even this picture, because when you saw it in real time, it's not exactly like it's playing out in this picture. So she filters and whatever the case may be.
Yes, as everybody does. Everybody does.
You know what, I don't know how to filter. But listen,
everybody on her level, let me say that the girls that are in the industry who are into the social media, that's all these photographers do. They edit your pictures to make it look perfect, to make you look good. There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody does it. So I felt that Gizelle was making an issue out of nothing. Literally, just there was nothing else to talk about. Gizelle came up with something to talk about, and it was just so unnecessary. Yet again, we're putting down another woman, somebody who was trying to come into the group, who has said that she's trying to get to know the girls in the group. And yet again, here we are tearing someone else down again, and I thought it was so unnecessary. I think we could have found something else to talk about. And we see how quickly she moved past her conversation of dating this guy, because Stacey definitely brought it up. She had the evidence of the picture. She passed the picture around. Let's talk about that, Gizelle. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about who you're dating. Let's get into that conversation instead of worrying about everybody else. And Stacey said it. You always call it for transparency and honesty. Where is your transparency? Where is your honesty, Gizelle? Where is it? Also, I did not like the fact, if Kay is supposed to be your friend, Angel, where was your friend to back you up? Kay did not give the backing that needed to be given. This last scene, it was just, foolery.
It was. But it is. Wait, Amanda said, did you guys catch the shade Angel threw about some girls who were so insecure they went to get themselves a permanent Instagram filter? I did. Mm-hmm. I did. I thought that was funny. Because and that is why that the fact that Wendy was cracking up laughing, you got the nerves, because that is correct, right? Yeah. So she's your sorority. She's Angel, big or small, is definitely still is a beautiful woman.
Beautiful. Very beautiful.
But she's natural too, right? She's natural. Yeah. Then go get it tucked and flipped and all of that. And so Jay says, no, she's my sorority sister. And she could be your sorority sister. I ain't mad at you, but
that's your real sister. You need to call your sister out when she's wrong and when she's shaming other people. I thought the sisterhood was to lift everybody up. We're supposed to lift the women. We're supposed to encourage the women. We're supposed to be there to support them. I'm not getting that from Gizelle, whether she's your sorority sister or not, whether Stacey is her sorority sister or not. The way that she has put down these girls is not giving what y'all practice and preach in y'all sororities. No shade, just calling what it is.
You better call it, Royaire. It's supposed to be about sisterhood. So she should be bringing the togetherness at this show. And it's Jassi who's her soror. And I think Angel, is Angel part of the sorority too? I don't know.
I thought it was Jassi, Gizelle, and Wendy. I thought they were all AKAs. I thought they were AKAs. I could be wrong about Wendy, but I know Jassi and her are sorority sisters.
Yeah. But you bring up a very good point. Where's the sisterhood? And I'm telling you, she said no. I don't know what she's saying no to. She said no, then she said yes. Oh, yes, to probably some of the names we're saying. Oh, but you know what though? Wendy is an AKA. They said Wendy is an
AKA. Jassi, Gizelle, and Wendy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So, but again, is that display? Yes, Jassi and Wendy. Okay, got you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay. You know what though? It's like, but is that displaying sisterhood? Is that displaying sisterhood? You buy everybody a roll with their name on it, but you're not getting it for Stacey.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe that. I do believe that. I really do. I really do.
I really think that and hey y'all, thank you for joining us. Make sure you hit the like button. We're live on both channels, Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva and Royaire's World. So make sure you hit the like button on both channels. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to both channels as well. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Gizelle and I truly believe that Gizelle, and like you said this earlier, she does not like women who are living the dream that she wanted to live. Let's keep it real. She wants Jamal Bryant. She wanted to be first lady. She wanted that prestige and that honor of that position. And it didn't work. It didn't work the first time. And it didn't work the second time when you tried to go back. And he still went and married somebody else and left you hanging. It's giving bitter. It's giving mad as hell. It's giving all the above. And it's not a good look. And you continue to spew that hateful energy every season. Nothing has changed. Nothing.
Yeah. And it happens a lot.
I will give her this. At least she's consistent. I will give her that. At least you were consistent across the board every season with who you are.
I guess. I just feel that at a certain age bracket, like when do you rise above? Like when do you really grow up, right? When do you be the leader of this group where you're just showing something different? I don't know.
Yeah. I expected a lot more when it came to her hosting this trip. Gizelle has never displayed sisterhood on this show. Talk about it.
Yeah.
Even with her and Keiarna are supposed to be best of friends when they first came on, and you did nothing but drag Keiarna the whole season. her husband, her family. I mean, all the time, regularly.
Yeah.
But at least you keep it consistent. At least we know what to expect from you every season. I will give her that. Like I said, we know what to get. She ain't no flip flopper, so I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you know, after, because this is season 10.
Season 10.
Can we get some growth? Can we get some growth? I mean, if we're showing people, but I guess if we're doing reality and you're not growing in reality, we're gonna get what we get. But I just feel like, you know, you got this amazing opportunity in this platform to just show something, like, do you know what I mean, to the people, and to constantly show this and to constantly just, you know, show things like being a mean girl, like this girl is filtering her stuff. I mean, there's bigger fish to fry than somebody filtering their pictures online.
Come on, Miss Hill. You would think Gizelle, having 3 beautiful daughters, that she would show how to do sisterhood.
Yeah.
You would think so. You would think that she would treat women better, being that she has 3 girls following behind her. You really would.
And you know, because she loves her girls, you know, she would never want nobody to treat her daughters like that. She wouldn't. So what happened? I don't know where people missed the memo that you get what you put out. Gizelle is meeting everyone: Sharice, Karen, Ashley, Wendy, Mia, Monique, Katie, Candace, and now Angel and Stacey. Well, that's what Royaire said. Royaire said she consistent.
She is.
Royaire said she consistent
across the board.
Across the board. And so, you know, that, you know, on that note, and I don't mean to bring up this sensitive subject. Remember when they was doing that whole colorism thing? Maybe it was true. It had nothing to do with colorism. It had everything to do with that she treat everybody mean, period.
That's who she is. Yeah, she is. That's in her, you know, and, you know, that's who she is. And
that's what we're going to get.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna get. And so I have truly learned to accept Gizelle. That's why I really don't ever get too hype. I think this is the first time we've really been hype about her in a while. But I thought that robe situation was just so disrespectful, so distasteful. I mean, what does it cost for you to slap somebody's name on a robe? Literally. What does it cost for you to get their proper size of their robe? Like, come on, man. Like, it was just so unnecessary. So unnecessary. But also, and then we can kind of wrap it up whenever you're ready. But I see that Wendy is falling into this mean girl attitude. I kind of sense it. I feel it.
I sense it too. But
she said she's been on the receiving end of Gizelle's behavior, and so you know what that's like. Why do you don't check it? Why did you not say anything? But I guess she's trying to stay in good graces and standings too. I thought it was also interesting that Wendy called out. It just slipped my mind. Dang. Wendy called out. Who was that she called out? Who did she call out at the table?
Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
Angel.
For
not having the same level of energy.
Yes.
Gizelle as she her.
Like she does. Yes. So it's just this, the ladies not taking accountability where they need to take accountability at. That is the biggest thing that I have noticed so far this season. I really felt that Angel was trying to come in and be a girl's girl, if you may, but she allowed Kay to chin check her. And so that's all the way out the door. This whole situation with Stacey and them mistreating Stacey, I don't like it. Like, Stacey's done nothing to nobody. So what? She lied about this man. Who ain't lied about a man being on this show? I wait.
Yeah.
And then this next week of them dealing with she trying to raise your hand if you've dated a NBA or a football player before. Stacey, you're not raising your hand. You're so conveniently looking at your phone now. You don't have anything to say.
She said she was fixing her wet and wavy. Woo! Stacey giving a show.
She's giving a show. She put on for her city tonight. Okay, she came through.
She fixing her wet and wavy, honey. Don't be asking her no questions.
Don't be coming for her. But overall, I enjoyed last night's episode. I thought it was a pretty good episode. The ladies, they're giving Real Housewives of Potomac this season. They're doing what they can do. They're doing what they can do, and I appreciate it. I would love to see some more women actually stand on business and be about what they say they're going to be, aka Angel. You said you was that girl. I appreciate Tia coming in and clocking in. Tia clocked in this episode. She did her thing.
She did.
I told y'all I had a pretty good feeling about Tia. I'm riding on my feelings still.
I ain't got nothing for Tia.
She doing better.
The cutest scene for me was her son wanting to be adopted.
Yeah.
Okay, that scene was so freaking cute. He was dead serious. I hate this family.
Yes.
So that was the cutest scene to me. Other than that, I'm still not feeling Tia. I'm not feeling Tia. I'm just, well, but we'll see.
I was feeling her, and this is my one reason. She can hold her own so far. She can hold her own. She ain't letting nobody bully her and bulldoze her. She's not sticking by Gizelle's, waiting on Gizelle to fight her battles. I feel like that's what Angel is doing. She's waiting around for Kay to tell her when to fight, when not to fight, what to say, what not to say. Tia is holding her own and doing her thing, and I'm here for it. That's what I need.
Like Jassi, I'm not Jassi. I feel like Kay knows something about Jassi. About Angel. Something about this is not right, because she literally chin checked her at her house, and now it's these awkward moments of Angel trying to come for Kay. They said, "Why are you still?"
She cleared Ashley at that table, okay?
She said Ashley got chin check. I apologize. She was like, I apologize. Like, either you accept it or you don't. She said, why are you still struggling?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tia did handle Ashley.
Handle her.
Lightweight. Yes, she did. She was like, why are you still struggling? Like, let's move on. Okay. I told you it was tongue in cheek.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I ain't really mean nothing by it. So let's move on.
I loved it too.
So you know what? She checked in. Okay, Tia checked in.
She's checking in. She's checked for a new housewife. For a new housewife for her first season, and to be, you know, she's not from the States. She coming and clocking in. She's coming and clocking in.
Yeah, she did. She did. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. She sure did. That why are you struggling? I was on the floor. And I don't know how I forgot about that. Yeah. I was on the floor. I was like, why are you struggling?
Why are you, ma'am? I told you I was sorry. I told you I had no issue with you. What are we talking about?
Right.
What are we talking about? 20 years of friendship.
It's a lot of 411. You are correct. You are correct. But it got to be something serious because it's like Angel got a muzzle on her mouth. It's like she will do, even when Kay is just dead wrong, she's going to stand by her.
And it's only been in the presence of Kay. Outside of Kay's presence, she got so much to say. But in Kay's presence, it's like she on mute. It's a mute challenge going on.
Yeah. But that's why she tried to clean it up, and she tried to say that, you know, when it's new people, she a little shy, but you got smoke for Wendy. You ain't that shy. You got smoke for Wendy. It's going to be interesting how this goes down.
It is.
When Kay told her, let this be the last time. Let this be the last time you have a conversation, okay, about that.
That's it.
So we gotta see if Angel did graduate or not, if she really did.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting.
You know, and we can wrap it up at this point, but I'm disappointed in Angel. I had expectations of her. You know, she talked a good game, but the follow through has not been following. It ain't there. It's not there. And I think that Kay is the type of girl, if you don't do as I say, I'm going to put you out on Front Street. I totally see her being that type of person.
I see it.
She's very, just from what we have seen, very immature, very, you know, me. If it's not about me, I got an attitude. Just I'm not feeling Kay. I'm really not. I'm not. It's something about her that is not clicking. It's not clicking the right way with me. It's not, and maybe we'll see if, you know, as time goes by, maybe we'll see if we see something different. We'll see. It's bratty for sure. Did Kevin and Jassi have another exchange at that last scene? I couldn't remember.
I don't remember that they did.
Okay. I think I talked about everything then. I think I'm good.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah. So what are you rating the show, last night's show?
Yes, last night's show, I'm gonna give it a strong 7. Okay. I'll give it a strong 7. Nothing bored me. I wasn't bored by anything. I'm not pleased with how some people are showing up. That's it.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it. You know, everybody I see lost in an 8, K Mocha 8.5. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8 because there was a lot of good pockets there. It was a lot of good pockets. Even though we didn't see his face, Tia's son Nathaniel, he took the whole thing, right? It It was so cute. He said he want to be adopted, period, point blank. Okay, because he over the nonsense. Thank you, Emmanuel, because you remind me, like, what are you struggling with? Okay. But that was good. That was good TV. Okay. So for that, yeah, they're getting my 8. Yes, I'm 10 toes down. I feel Wendy was correct. Angel got a lot of unwarranted smoke for her. And you don't see the reason behind it. And this girl sitting here telling you 10 toes down that you don't look nothing like your Instagram photos. That in an indirect way is saying your Instagram photos is cute, but what we seeing here is okay. That's messy. And yes.
Sorry, I remember what I forgot about. Wendy and Kay. Wendy and Kay had an exchange at the table as well. And it slipped my mind again. Oh my God, y'all, I'm sorry. Wendy and Kay. What freaking happened? I'm sorry, go ahead. It slipped my mind.
I don't think it was something big. I think it was just more about, it was still on the order of what happened at Kay's house.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't anything big.
Oh, yes. Her conversation with Wendy saying, and maybe we addressed this, but Wendy saying that Kay really is the fake person. She was the one that was putting on the front all this whole time, talking about Wendy behind her back.
So yeah. So I give it an 8. I enjoyed.
Yes. Leave your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. Every week we ask you guys to rate the episode. So if you could leave your ratings down below, I'll go through that real quick. K Mocha gave it an 8.5. Lawson gave it an 8. Lorraine gave it an 8. Ocean Dreaming gave it an 8.5. Emmanuel gave it an 8. Miss Hill gave it a 7. Raheem is giving it an 8. Wendy's got 11 days till her November 7th court date. All right. I forgot about that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Katrina is giving it a 7. Judy is giving it an 8. Lady Lynn is giving it a 7 as well. All righty. Well, we appreciate you guys joining us tonight, giving your thoughts and opinions. I believe on Wednesday we will be back to recap the Braxtons. And oh my.
That was a show too.
That was a show.
That was a show.
So if you have not seen it, they stream it on the All Black Network. If you don't have cable, it is on the All Black Network. If you have cable, it is on WeTV On Demand, so you can catch it on WeTV On Demand. But it was an episode, people. You do not want to miss our recap on this because we got some stuff to talk about.
Yes. And let me just address this real quick. Hey, Paula, Jassi never said what Kay actually said about Wendy. I think she was just hyping mess up because she's mad at Kay. No, Paula, if you would have caught when Kay said it when they was on the yacht, and Wendy asked the time frame, and she said about 6+ months. And Wendy said, we wasn't even having problems at that point. Kay said, yes, we were. So that confirmed to me that Kay did say something about Wendy. So go back, rewind to that portion of the episode. I said, okay, Kay was talking about her. And I think that Jassi is holding on to it. I think it's going to come out later. But Wendy clearly said, she asked Jassi, how long ago was she talking about me? She said 6+ months. And then she said, we was good at that point. And Kay said, no, we wasn't. So that means she didn't say, and Kay never said, I never said anything about you. She never said that. And so I believe she definitely did say it.
I do too. I believe Kay said it. Kay, in my opinion, is going to land wherever she feels the most safe. And she knows she has safety in Gizelle because Gizelle is the ruler of the group, which is why she does not check Gizelle when Gizelle continuously throws her under the bus. Thank you, Ocean Dreaming. We appreciate you. So yeah, she's never gonna fall on the side of Wendy. She's always gonna do whatever's gonna make her look best always. Little English Rose gave this episode an 8, and then Jay gave it a 7.5. Thank you for joining us, Jay. We appreciate you. Subscribe to our channels, check us out. I promise you we don't do bashing, we just talk about what was showed on the camera. That's all we can do, is tell what we see. Okay. But anything else, Auntie?
No, that's really it. I think, like I said, it was good. I'm liking the season so far. I'm enjoying it. I'm not like struggling to watch it just so we could recap. You know what I'm saying? I'm really like, I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I'm enjoying it. I really am. I'm enjoying it. And like I said, no matter what the recap is and what is being said, I will say this: I'm feeling for Wendy and her husband. When people get themselves in a bind, I always think to myself, what the heck were you thinking? You know, what the heck were you thinking? And then, you know, they put Cookie business out in the street online. They said Cookie a ex-con and all that. I see the people be digging up your business once you get on these TV. They said the Cookie got all kind of record or whatever. They didn't have to do that to Cookie. All Cookie did was came to one little lunch. Okay. Cookie came to one little lunch and just told what she knew about Ray and Karen. They ain't had to do that to her.
Yes. So listen, bring Ray back, bring Karen back. I'm sure they'll get a little sneak peek at the end of the season. But listen, y'all, we appreciate y'all. Ray still on the side of the road. Because they could not find Karen's license. He said, "Can I give you my license?"
Oh my God. Wait, hold on. Don't do that, y'all. Wait, hold on. Wait, who's that? Yes, Diva. K too. K has several felonies, including theft. Good God Almighty.
Yes.
K's business in her mom's name. Oh, good God.
Well, I believe we dealt with a little earlier last year when we first met Kay. Was she not involved at some point in time with someone who's does street medicine?
Yeah, the street pharmacist. That's what they said the rumors was, and that's how they saying she funded her business.
Okay, I remember that as well. Okay.
All right. Well, let's move forward. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, guys. Thank y'all for being here. We appreciate and love y'all. Don't forget, hit the like button on both channels, okay? We will be here next Monday with the recap of next week's Real Housewives of Potomac, and we will be here Wednesday recapping the Braxtons, all right? So appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Good night and goodbye, everybody.
Good night.